Starfield mods are getting better and better by the day. With hundreds of mods uploaded daily, it might be hard to choose what you should and should not install. Here are top 5 mods to improve your quality of life in Starfield. Ship Skip, Instant Station Docking. During your Starfield journey, you will dock, undock, land on planets, and get back up to space hundreds of times, if not more. And every single time you do so, an animation will play, which basically acts as a loading screen. However, there doesn't have to be one. Ship Skip is a mod that allows you to instantly dock to any station without having to sit through the cutscene. And not only that, it also lets you undock from stations and leave planets without cutscenes too. Sadly, the landing animation is still there due to some weird issue with the code. But hey, 3 skipped cutscenes out of 4 is actually pretty damn good. Keep in mind though, because you skip undocking cutscenes, you gain control of your starship immediately and have to maneuver to fly away. But you can instantly warp to another system, so that's a definite and massive improvement. Perk up, richer vendors. Are you constantly struggling to sell all the loot you've obtained from your Starfield trips because vendors keep running out of credits to buy your stuff? Well, fret no more. Perk Up, Richer Vendors mod increases the amount of credits vendors have by 2 to 4 times. This way you can sell way more stuff to vendors in one go and don't have to jump around searching for another vendor. The actual increase depends on vendors' social class. There are some poor vendors that only have 1,350 credits in base game. Those get their credits doubled to 2,700. Large weapons dealers have 12,500 credits in base game. Those get a total of 37,500 credits with mod. Vendors between these two get their credits adjusted accordingly, but literally all vendors are now much richer and can buy more of your stuff. Better visible magazines. As some players know, in Starfield there is a series of collectible magazines that give permanent increase to various stats upon collection. The problem is, most of them blend in with the environment really well, and unless you're specifically looking for them with a guide, most likely you'll just walk past them without even noticing. Better Visible Magazines mod fixes this problem. It comes in 2 versions, fully replaced texture and only the shining outline. The outline mod adds a subtle yet noticeable green outline to all the magazines to maintain immersion, while the full version replaces the magazine textures entirely with bright green colored texture. It definitely breaks immersion, but it makes the magazines extremely noticeable and easy to find. If you don't care about immersion, you should definitely get this mod and collect all the magazines for that permanent stat boost. Burden me not, Clutter Begone. One of the essential mechanics of Starfield is looting. Looting everything everywhere. All items must be looted or you aren't a self-respecting Starfielder. However, the problem is, there's a massive amount of literal junk items in the game. Stuff like food trays, coffee cups, pens, pencils, paper, and other trash. While looting for actually good stuff, you inevitably will fill your inventory up with this garbage. And inventory management is already a pain. There's absolutely no need to add more suffering to that. Burden me not. Clutter Begone mod makes all junk items unpickable. You can still see their outlines on the scanner and physically pick them up and rotate them, but the pop-up to pick them up into your inventory never appears and saves you a lot of headache and also reduces the amount of weight taken up by literally useless and worthless items. It's an amazing mod everyone should get immediately. Faster Workbenches. As any Starfield player knows, there are workbenches and research stations in the game, and they are really annoying, especially if you need to switch between various workbenches often. Every time you use a workbench, a short animation plays of your character walking towards it, and every time you exit a workbench, longer animation plays of your character taking like 2 steps back. Why is this in the game is anyone's guess. Faster Workbenches mod fixes this problem. It slightly accelerates entering animation, but massively cuts down on the exit animation. With the mod, exit animation is only about 30% as long as in the original game. Granted, it's still a difference of only like 2 seconds or so, but that's 2 seconds per interaction. And if you're crafting gear or building bases, you'll be interacting with workbenches hundreds or even thousands of times, at which point this mod becomes incredibly valuable. It's especially good since you aren't actually sacrificing anything in terms of gameplay. You just save yourself 2 seconds or so every time you have to craft something, and that's freaking awesome. You will find links to all the mods in the description below. All mods have installation instructions on their description pages, and they're all very easy to install. Subscribe for more Starfield content.